Hey everybody, it's Rob here. I'm getting a lot of questions what my starter class is going to be. I've thought long and hard about this. It was basically between the Hydra Sorcerer and the Spiritborn. And then also I had a little accident here while I was getting a new PC and my thumb is a bit handicapped, and we want to be playing like a more chill build. It's very good for the Hydra Sorc as well, very easy to play. You just place the Hydra, it's super strong. But I think for me, guys, it's gonna be better to rock the Spiritborn here. Spiritborn has the strongest endgame build, and it also has a very decent farm build that we already played previous season with the Evade, but now they also rescaled a lot with Evade, and we have leveling and endgame planners here, and I quickly want to go over here what I'm going to do and how we're going to level here exactly. So I'm going to be starting here right off the bat with the Quill Volley Evade build. This basically revolves mostly around the eagle feathers, and we played this already last season. You're basically just evading, and you can just cast a bit of Thunder Spike to reset this evade pretty instantly in the start, and with that deal a pretty significant amount of damage, as well as getting an insane movement speed buff. We also have some very nice synergies here with getting, you know, some extra barrier with the season theme, and there's also some pretty cool stuff here that's gonna like increase and help our crit chance and other stuff. So we're basically starting out here not playing any weapon because we are replacing the weapon all the time. In the end, guys, if you get lucky and you can find a Sepan Sontek, you can basically perma evade right away. And we have these like 3 planners that I'm going to link below. So there's a 1 to 60 leveling version. Then there is an early evade starter version with no Ubers. And then there is an Uber version here as well with Evade, Paragon 240. And there is a version here that I'm going to be transitioning into once I find my Pantalones, the Balazans, Matral. This is going to be one of the strongest builds overall if we're checking the tier list. This is like at the top in like basically every tier list, the Thorns Spiritborn. However, this is not really the best farming build, so we're going to be farming with Evade. And I just want to show you here for a second what that looks in action, and we're also going to be looking at leveling. So this is basically here the Evade Spiritborn, and you can kind of see here the speed it has. This is in a pit 60, and again, they are rescaling the pits, and it looks like they are making it significantly easier. We are also rocking the teleport rune here with Bug Jar. Obviously, this is like a more like, you know, T4 blast setup. You don't have to go like this crazy, but you know, it's possible. And this is like also going to be very chill for me because like my thumb is, I basically lost a bit of the thumbnail here. And I squished it while I was building my PC. So I can just basically with my left hand like spam the evade button and press my buttons. And with this hand, I just need to like pretty much aim, you know, just like go in the direction, and the evade is going to move forward automatically. So I don't really have to do that much clicking because I want to like get this like get to heal as fast as possible, basically. And overall, it's a pretty chill build. But you cannot go wrong with Hydra, because same on Hydra Sorc, you can just place the Hydra, and the Hydra is going to be eating the monsters, basically, for life. And yeah, but this build's pretty strong and very, very cool to play. Super fun. And you can also blast to Paragon 300, like, very fast with this. And this is basically like what I did, like 100 hours, 108 hours, I think it was, to Paragon 300, playing this evade previous season as well. So this is going to be super strong farmer, and again, very easy to play, especially if you happen to get the Sepan Sontek on the weapon. But else, you just have some easy aspects here and just like some blue runes, you know, some stuff that's easy to get, like Gar Q, like there's also a yellow rune, but it's like no legendary runes, no nothing. Same here in the starter variant. Like if you then can, you're going to be playing Royalties Mantle, you're going to be playing the Jacken's Shell, which reduces your cooldown a lot. And the new amulet here, the Sunbird's Gorget, I mean, it's new as of last season. So this is like extremely strong and basically turns your evade feathers from your main hall into additional Jaguar attacks, which are going to be scaling like with the Plains powers and with other stuff here. And you can like scale this very well here, for example, with Duelist and other stuff. So it's going to be pretty strong, and there's some pretty nice synergies here. What you can do here, like remove the damage resistant auras and get like crazy barrier, fortify, and all this kind of stuff to then stack your Paragon nodes here as well. Like Spiritborn always wants a barrier because of the Viscous Shield. And this gives you a separate multiplier, and now we have a very nice way here to get very easy barrier, basically, right from the start. And we can also get fortified on this build. And since they nerf overpower, this build doesn't revolve around overpower, so it's not nerfed at all. why a lot other builds are nerfed significantly, and this is just like as strong as ever, basically. So pretty chill, and you can also make good use here of the Sam rune, basically, whenever you cast Evade, which we'll be doing a lot. And for those of you who don't know, the main principle here is the accelerated Thunder Spikes. Whenever you evade, basically it reduces the cooldown and casts this Thunder Spike, and that's just an insane 5-second evade cooldown reduction. And you basically just blast through. And if you get this Hepan Sontag early on, you can gamble it. They significantly buffed the gambling with Obold, so you can just gamble this Hepan Sontag, and then you always get the third hit of the Thunder Spike. And they also buffed the basic skills, right? So Thunder Spike also by itself is pretty strong. And very early on, if you don't have Perma Evade cooldown yet, you can also add the Quill Volley for leveling. This is always extremely strong. And yeah, I'll just show you here like some of the leveling that we did. This is on Barb, but the principle stays the same here. You're basically leveling in the Nightmare dungeons with the Forgotten Wisdom, and they give you these XP globes here that you're basically just going to be picking. So for those of you who want to play Barb, there's also a pretty cool Lunging Strike leveling plan that I have on the 4 builds that you can rock. But again, I think the Evade Spiritborn here is significantly stronger than this. And yeah, this is how they look. Forgotten Wisdom. This is like what you need, basically. That's what you take look out for. We have the full level strategy, and then you get these like globes here, and you see like how crazy the XP just blasts up. And yeah, there's like the full cheat sheet here as well, with like a simple step-by-step guide, like what we're gonna do. So I personally gonna be playing in a group of friends. We're gonna be playing with, I think, at least 2 Hydra Sorks, and I'm gonna be playing on the Spiritborn. So the Hydra Sorks are also gonna be extremely powerful, and these are like pretty much all the S tier builds blasting pretty good. And then, you know, at some point, guys, I want to transition, let's say, when you want to be farming Torment 4 and you want to be farming the high Uber bosses. Once you get your Thorns, Pantalones, they're pretty easy to get. You just kill a couple bosses and you get them. And then you can transition into, there's a non-Uber version here, a starter version for this Thorns Spiritborn. So I do not recommend killing the boss with Evade. It certainly works. I have some footage for you here in a sec. But this Thorns Spiritborn that we're also going to be playing in the end game is extremely strong. You can basically one-shot like all the bosses. You can one-shot Belial. You can even one-shot Pex. I did it here in 110. And they're basically just melting. And you can play with Quill Volley, you can play with Crushing Hands, Rake. There's like a bunch of setups. You basically just use this Thorns Pants and you attack to deal this crazy damage with your Jaguar Horde. You see that pack basically just gets fully deleted. And this can remind you a lot of the Quill Volley, but this also has the power of how similar to the Quill Volley was on launch. Like you see here, like you're making a pull and those packs are taking significant chunks. So this is in 110. They did nerf the pants a little bit. It got like 50% weaker, but we're only losing like 4 to 5 tiers, and it still stays one of the very strongest builds. So that's going to be like the ultra end game here. And then, yeah, once you get Ubers, there's obviously also like an Uber variant here with Starless Sky and Shroud of the False Death. And you know, like all the Ubers that you need, like they basically like work for both variants. So Shaco, Shroud of False Death, Starless Sky, those are the ones you want to look out for. And you can always use the armory in game to kind of like switch between the builds. I will probably play Evade for anything that's speed. And if I want to farm Paragon XP, and for all the bosses and for the pits, I will be playing the Thorns Spiritborn at the end. And then at some point, I'm probably also going to make the Hydra Sorcerer, because that's going to be pretty cool. And my friend's probably going to have some gear. We're going to be rocking with Mikuna as well, and he's going to be blasting a lot on the Hydra Sorc. And the crazy thing is, guys, you can even kill the bosses on Evade. I want to show this to you here real quick. So this is like my Evade Spiritborn. And you can kind of see this is a Torment 4 boss. And boom, he's just dead. And this is going to be even stronger because they already confirmed that they're going to nerf, we don't know by how much, but they're going to nerf the Torment 4 difficulty. And Evade was already like pretty decent speed farming Torment 4 and even beyond, as you can see in this footage. And these bosses, I expect, are going to be at least 50% less health. So they're going to be dying very, very smooth. And you can even play, like if you don't really care about, you know, the highest of high pits, and I didn't even have like crazy gear here. You see here my Eagle Hall potency is about 9,000%, 1,900%, which is pretty decent. But in the very end game, you can get about 2,200% Eagle potency here. And that's going to be pretty insane. It's per feather. And, you know, if you don't care about high pits or leaderboards, you can actually play the Evade build all the way through. You don't even have to switch to the Thorns if you don't want to. Because a big disclaimer, like the Thorns build with the new pants, it's going to be pretty squishy. And this evade build has like the best of everything. It's pretty tanky, it's pretty mobile, it's easy to play if you're like, you know, a bit handicapped this season. So I'm very much looking forward to Blast with this, and I think it's going to be, yeah, one of the coolest builds. And here we even get like a small Belial here, and you always want to be playing or proccing the Hunter here on him. And there's even chances to play with Gorilla or something. So there's like, they're buff the ultimates, we'll have to see. And there, Belial, at least the clone here also melts. And yeah, this build is just insane. Again, I'm going to have all these planners linked below, my friends. And that's what I'm going to do. So evade Quill leveling into an evade starter build here. Very easy to gear, can target farm everything. And then in the very end game, guys, I will transition into the Thorns Spiritborn for high pits. And boss killing to get, you know, the Uber Uniques. And then eventually I'm going to transition into a Hydra Sorg. I want to play that. And then maybe, I'm going to say it, might be playing Druid, you know, and we might be playing Bob. So there's like a ton of stuff to look forward to. And I'm really excited about the season. Let me know what class you're going to start. And I will see you here live. We're going to be blasting a lot here the next hours and days. So we'll be live on Twitch and on YouTube, and we'll be rocking, even though, you know, we are Britannica. But we got a new computer, and we'll see how good the loading screens and everything is going to be. Let me know what you're starting, and I will see you there. Good luck in the new season starting in a few hours. Let's go. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.